Some of you may recall that a few years back, representatives from EMR, Sims Metal Management, ELG Hannell, S Norton & Co, Recycling Lives, Mela Metals, Recycled Products, Sackers and Wards joined together to form an apprentice trailblazer group. Their hard work was rewarded in 2019 when the BMRA won the National Recycling Award for Excellence in Learning and Development.
We'd like to build on this success with a dedicated education and training subcommittee. Here's Antonia Gray from our Secretariat team to tell you more.
The Education and Training Committee is our newest committee. We haven't had our first meeting. The committee aims to build upon the work of the Trailblazer Group, who developed and launched 2 sector-specific apprenticeships, the Metal Recycling General Operative, MRGO, and the Metal Recycling Technical Manager, MRTM. But before we look to the future, why don't we hear from some of our apprentices who went through the MRGO? First up, Liam from Sims Metal Management.
I wanted to take part in the apprenticeship because I wanted to learn more about the metal recycling industry and the different laws with health and safety and the Environmental Protection Act. I also wanted to learn about the different types of roles on site and basically gain myself and further myself in the metal recycling industry.
And here's Christopher of Recycled Products to tell you about some of the elements he studied.
In the MRGO apprenticeship, we've also studied the Health and Safety at Work Act, the Scrap Metal Dealers Act and the Environmental Protection Act. It's also helped me achieve my qualifications, my MPAWS qualifications for the telehandler forklift and a 360 grab, which I'm really pleased to do.
Henry of Recycled Products, what was your favourite thing that you studied?
One of my favourite parts of our course was the firefighting day in Birmingham. We went up to a fire station and we learnt all different techniques how to put fires out in all different situations, and we learnt out about all the different fire extinguishers and what puts out what type of fire.
And finally, John from Sims Metal Management, what's your advice for future learners?
The advice I'd give to any future apprentices is give it a go. You might surprise yourself and never give up.
I would now like to invite Chris Williams to the screen to tell you a little bit more.
Hello everybody, my name's Chris Williams. I'm one of the members of our Trailblazing Working Group that works within the metal recycling sector. The Trailblazing Working Group is made up of many members from organisations, small, medium and large, and with your help we have helped develop our very first sector-specific suite of apprenticeships. I say a suite of apprenticeships, we've actually developed 2, but 2 nonetheless they're really significant, and I say that for a number of reasons really. In particular the Metal Recycling General Operative, which is a level 2 qualification and has got core and 5 options, and then most recently the Metal Recycling Technical Managers qualification. Some people have said it's a bit of a game changer. But for me and for members of the team that have helped put this together, we firmly believe that this will set the landscape for how we get our technically competent managers throughout this sector, as opposed to going down the Whammy-Tab route. Now the interesting thing is that both of these apprenticeships are now 95% funded. That's 95% contribution from the government towards a £9,000 and £12,000 apprenticeship programme. I've been doing this for a very long time, and that's the first time I can honestly say I've ever seen such a contribution from government. And also, if you were to take an apprentice between now and January of next year, you could receive a grant, an additional grant to the 95%. These apprenticeships, these standards as they come, but these apprenticeships, they're really important to us as a sector. Like I said earlier, that the Metal Recycling General Operative Apprenticeship was the very first apprenticeship programme we ever had for this sector. In fact, in 2019, we managed to scoop an award for it at the National Recycling Awards in London, 2019. That was a very good day, very good evening in fact. And with lots of things, especially when developing standards and apprenticeships, especially when government involved. There is multiple challenges along the way. And it's really unfortunate that I must make you all aware today that we've had a significant challenge from government. A challenge in that they believe our metal recycling general operative apprenticeship, the one that we won that award for, they believe that we as a sector don't really want that. And they can only validate that by based on numbers. We just haven't had the numbers come through. In fact, in 2019, and I know it's been a difficult year, quite an awful year in fact, we've had nobody come through at all. Now, I know that this sector always rises to any challenges, and I know that you will get behind our apprenticeships. And I firmly believe that in the next 6 months and 12 months, the numbers are going to go up significantly. And like everybody on this call, we value our apprenticeships, we really do. So let's keep our apprenticeships alive. If you do need help, regardless of what it is, just a question about which apprenticeship or what funding looks like, speak to any of the Trailblazers members. Speak to your education committee advisor, speak to the BMRA, pick the phone up to Met Academy and speak to Patrick and the team. But let's work together. Collaborative working together is what is going to make our apprenticeship programs a success. Thank you very much for your time today. I really look forward to this time next year when we can celebrate some future successes, future apprenticeships throughout our own sector. Thank you.
Thanks, Chris. And yes, please do get in touch with me if you want to know anything more about apprenticeships. As I said at the start of this section, we hope to convene the new Education and Training Committee soon. The committee is going to be looking to identify online and in-person training opportunities for members, like our electric ELV course, which shows you how to safely remove batteries from cars. If you know any courses and would like to recommend them to us, please do get in touch with me. We're also looking for volunteers, so if you're interested or you'd like to nominate someone, again, get in touch. We really hope the committee can continue the great work done by the Trailblazer Group in launching our 2 new great sector-specific apprenticeships.
As the MD of an SME who has to date employed and mentored 2 MRGO apprentices, I can fully endorse this course. Their knowledge and confidence has skyrocketed, and the rest of my staff team really have been boosted by their enthusiasm. With all the incentives now available, there really hasn't been a better time to employ an apprentice. And if we don't use it, we will lose it. So if you're thinking about employing an apprentice, please sign up sooner rather than later.